Hello. Alright, so this is a mechanic gameplay video walkthrough of that Scalecaller peak, including Hardmode. I'm going to try my best to explain all the mechanics. So our recording starts after the first ad pull. This is the second ad pull. So you walk through the corridors, just trash pulls. Tank needs to target ogres. They have heavies. Watch the poison on the ground. Just watch your feet. Knock down the ogre first. Kill the imps, wolves. And you'll be good to go. Trash pulls are really easy. That's basically about it for the ad pulls. A few ad pulls just like this. And if you keep going, another pull just like the last one. Ogre, tank needs to grab it, face it away from the team. The team DPSs it down. Watch the poisons. The poisons aren't too deadly, but you don't want to just stand in it. Of course, you can walk through it. Don't worry about it. This is another ad pull, just like the last. Ogre, wolves, imps. Ogre down, get imps, get wolves. Basically, I would just use these ad pulls to generate ultimate. All there is to it. I was just trying to get my potion set. Walk up this way. Another ad pull just like the last. We're coming up on the first boss. Hit the ogre. Watch the poison, just walk through it. Okay, here's first boss. So there's two bosses, they're twins. The tank is gonna pull the one on the left side, not the one in the middle. He's gonna hold it to the left. You do not want the bosses to get near each other or it'll cause people to die. So DPS can either split apart and focus both of them at the same time, or they can focus the middle. This strat, we have 3 mag blades. Me and Norris are going to focus the middle one, while Ulrich focuses the one that the tank has. While we're doing this, some people will be targeted and they need to jump in an ice circle, and it'll CC you. It's basically teaching you mechanics for last boss on hard mode. You want to jump in it. It's almost like Bloodroot Shulk's mechanic, where there's a spinning thing coming towards you. You need to get CC'd so it doesn't kill you. Just like in Bloodroot, you jump over the lava. So here we are, we're focusing mid, bring it down. You want to kill them at the same time or one of them become enraged. The middle guy will do an AoE around the room, you just don't want to be near it. Those are the ice things you need to jump in. As you see, I'm going to be targeted, and I'm going to jump in it so I don't die. This is what I'm doing right now. If you look at the ground, there's going to be a fire thing coming towards me, right there through the boss. It's going to hit me, it's not going to kill me. I need to heal back up. If you weren't CC'd by the ice thing, you will be insta-killed. You have to get into it or you will die. The mechanic doesn't pick people, it can be the tank that gets it and the tank needs to get CC'd. It can happen to anyone. Next phase after the first CC phase will be ice pillars. Everybody needs to get behind an ice pillar or you will be insta-killed. You can DPS the bosses from behind the pillars. You can target right through it. Norris wasn't behind the pillar, that's why he died. Once they're both in execute, you can bring them both down at the same time, and you should be good to go. Easy fight, easy fight. Just watch your feet, get CC'd, get behind the pillars. So that's first boss. Next pull, just like the last previous ad pulls, ogre, imps, wolves, focus ogre first, then get the rest of them. I decided to use a death roll since there's 2 ogres. I wanted more time on target with the ogres. Let the ads just kind of die from the ultimate. Here's the next boss room, but before the boss, there's going to be 3 ad pulls. The best way to do it is pull each ad pull one by one. There's going to be a gargoyle. That's primary target, just like the ogres were, but they hit a little bit harder. So tank, just be careful. You don't want to pull them all at once because the gargoyles can be very hefty to deal with. So we start off the left, you can inner fire the gargoyle, pull the first set of ads, DPS them down. Watch the floors. Those lasers, if you get in them, they can become overwhelming and you can die. So this one, since we have such good DPS, we decided to pull the last of the ads all at once. 2 gargoyles aren't too bad to deal with, but 3 is definitely a lot on the tank. After all these ads are down, the boss will come out. He's a gargoyle, just like the ones you see. He's a little bit bigger, and obviously he has more serious mechanics because he's a boss. For this boss fight, there's going to be mechanics. There's going to be lasers on the ground you want to watch out for, and there's going to be orb phases. You can, if you have slow DPS, you can slow burn to each orb phase. What we did is we just straight burned, and we're gonna get orb phases back to back. So as you can see, an orb's about to come out. DPS has to get it down. Whoever's getting lasered by it, as you can see, Ulrich's being lasered by it. If we don't kill it in time, it will CC him, and a DPS needs to get him broken free. You can do that by synergizing, just like you would do to synergize anything else. As you can see, coming up, an orb's gonna come up. It's gonna laser me, and I'm gonna be CC, and Ulrich's gonna un-CC me. Well, the next one. We get 3 orb phases. As you can see, it's pinned onto me. DPS weren't focusing it fast enough, which is fine. Just get me free and you'll be fine. If you don't get free, you will be killed. As you can see coming up, if you watch Enoris, he's going to become overwhelmed by AoEs and he's going to die. Right before the boss. It's okay, just when you're doing no death, be super careful. You don't want to be stacked on the boss like that. We are just trying to burn it as fast as possible. No death, you can take your time, you can pop barriers, do whatever you need to not to die. So for this next room, it's more skeevers with imps. I believe there's no more ogres. Just more poison because when the skeevers die, they spew out poison. Just watch out for it. It's not really deadly. Just don't stand in it. Just walk through it. This one, be careful on the walkway. Never had somebody fall off, but I mean, it's possible. It's possible. For this room, there's going to be a giant and there's going to be Limeads. DPS has to focus on Limead because they do a mechanic where it shoots everyone in the air. I'm going to call it the geyser mechanic. If you don't kill it fast enough, it picks everyone up and it does damage, and you could die. But you should be focusing it. If all the DPS are focusing it, you'll be fine. Limeads, then Giants. It's the way to go. You can skip this ad pull right here. You can just continue to walk up. So there's going to be 2 Limeads. You can split the DPS up and focus each Limead, which is what we did. Ulrich went to this one, and I decided to go to the other one and focus that one. And then you go to the Giant. Both Limeads die at the same time. That's exactly what you want. We're coming up on the next boss right here. This is the cheese mechanic. This is the best way to do it. The tank's gonna pull the boss over to the edge, just like a VMOS cheese on the one boss where you have the roll dodge mechanic. Limeads are gonna pop up. You want to burn it as fast as possible. If you don't have fast DPS and you're doing this way to cheese it, you want someone to have barrier, and they're gonna pop barrier right before right as the Limeads pop up. So when they do the geyser mechanic, you don't die. The way we did it is we just pushed DPS. The Limeads popped up, but we killed the boss before it even picked us up. See, right now is when you would pop barrier if you had slow DPS. Because you see the Limeads in the background, they can pick you up and kill you. That's that boss. Super easy if you cheese it. If you're not cheesing it, you kill him in the middle of the room. You slow burn because Limeads will come up at certain percentages, and if there's too many up, you will die. So you slowly burn, heavy attack, DPS it, kill the Limeads when they come up. This side pull, just like the last one. Skeevers, just kill them down. Some humanoids, just kill them. If they do a taking aim mechanic, just simply bash them. Focus the giant. Watch the poisons. This room is just a big ad pool. You can bring them all at once. They die really fast. Watch the ticking aim mechanics if an archer does it. Mostly humanoids in this room. Some skeevers, watch the poisons. After that room, we get this room. This is a showcase of the next boss fight mechanic. Just kill the named target, the tank will taunt him, and you kill him first, then you kill the rest of the humanoids. There's going to be a geyser mechanic. As you can see to the left over there, there's a green vent. The tank has to step on it right before it starts to explode. If he doesn't step on it, it'll shoot out poisons just like in Bloodroot Forge with the geysers from the Minotaurs. It'll shoot out poison instead of fire, and it can kill people. The tank has to step on it and take the damage for the team. Watch the poisons from the skeevers. Go up this room. This is the next boss fight. Same as the last room, except there's a boss. It takes longer to die. There's going to be another mechanic as well. Boss, our tank needs to step on the geysers, and DPS, when the dialogue pops up to focus a certain ad during poison phase, DPS needs to focus that ad so the NPC can make an antidote for the team. The boss takes less damage when poisoned, so you want to step on the antidote so you get more damage, and that's when you want to drop ultimates. So my team, we save ultimates for antidote phase, as you're going to see right now. After antidote phase, a mini is going to pop up. The tank needs to taunt the mini, and DPS needs to focus it down immediately. It's overwhelming. It dies really fast though, so if you have good DPS, it's not even a worry. As you can see there, the tank steps on the geyser before it starts shooting the team. This is him activating poison phase. NPC is going to activate dialogue. He says to focus imps. It won't always be imps first. It'll be random. There's going to be imps. There's going to be stranglers. You want to focus them down so that the NPC can make an antidote. As you can see, we killed them. You don't need to kill anything else except for what it says to kill, and you can continue to focus the boss until the antidote's up. As you can see, there's another geyser phase. NPC says the antidote's finished. That's right there. You get on it, you drop your ultimates, and you burn the boss as fast as possible. You take advantage of this phase because it gives you more damage. As you can see, the mini popped up by the door. Tank needs to enter fire it from the pad, and DPS will focus it down. As you can see, it dies super fast. Not even a worry if you have good DPS, but if it's not dying fast, definitely every DPS needs to focus it. You focus it down. Now see, we have superb DPS, so we're burning it before we even get the next poison phase. So what we do is we kill it before it even does that. If you can't burn it this fast, it's okay. Mechanics don't change, you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. As you can see, the NPC said focus stranglers. We decided to skip it. If you're not this low in health, kill the stranglers or whatever it says to kill so you can get the next antidote and you keep going.
She'll kill you all.
So that's that boss. Super easy, super easy. A few more ad pulls and then we'll be on the last boss, which we're going to show you hard mode. Oh, never mind. There's no more ad pulls. It's just straight boss. I forgot. There should be an ad pull in there. Makes sense. Activate this scroll. I was telling him to reload his UI. His chat wasn't working. You activate the scroll right there to activate hard mode. So, some mechanics for hard mode. There's going to be, I like to call them sigils, which is what people need to step in order not to die from the poison phase. You assign each DPS and the tank a sigil. So ice, when you kill him, there's going to be a floating ice going around the room, just like on first boss, but you had to step in to not die from that mechanic. Limiade's mechanic will drop a geyser on the ground. It'll be stationary, and it'll never move. It's going to shoot out poison. It's not going to kill you, but that's what it looks like. Tank should always grab that one because it's always in the same spot. Then there's going to be another mechanic. When the phase happens, Zans will drop her shield, and there'll be a shield sigil, which a DPS can go pick up. To pick up that one, you need to synergize it with Y and B. Any other one, you just step in it, and it brings you up and CCs you. With the shield one, you can synergize it, and you can walk around the room because you're protected because you have the shield. Another mechanic is ice phase, which is what's going to be right before you grab the sigils. As soon as you kill the ice statues, you need to go directly to your sigil. Ice phases will come up at certain percentages. If you're burning it really fast, the percentages overlap, so percentages don't even matter. You can get each side of the room focus one, which we didn't do that mechanic, we just killed them as fast as possible. Another mechanic is after the first ice phase, the 3 dragon statues in the back of the room will shoot out poison cones that'll cover half of that room. You want to be closer to the statues in the back of the room so it's easier to avoid those poisons, as you will see after the first statue. That's the fire kite mechanic. If you have it on you, you want to walk around, avoiding other DPS so it doesn't kill them. This is ice statue phase. Another mechanic is the Zahn phase. Zahn will say a dialogue and she'll start Zahning someone. If it's Zahning the tank, DPS need to stand in front of the Zahn so it doesn't kill the DPS. If it's on a DPS, tanks needs to just stand in front of it and block. Easy. That's Zahn mechanic right there. It's on him. It's on the tank, so I'm going in there to block it. DPS can kite just like this, so it doesn't kill him. That's the poison cone phase that I was talking about. Easy avoidable if you're closest to the statues. Another ice phase. So that's basically all the mechanics, so I'll let you guys watch this. This is a finish of hard mode. Some deaths, but it's okay. Easy recover. The best way to get the tank up if you're not running your healer, which we're running with 3 DPS. He died because the geyser didn't work for him. It glitches out sometimes, but it's okay. Hopefully they fix it in the next patch. I get him up and he tries to get out of it as fast as possible so he doesn't get his sigil before it's time to actually get the sigil. Here's the Zahn phase. Tank's gonna get the Zahn, so I take advantage of this and I get the res. Unfortunately, because I sacrificed myself trying to get the res, I was on the very far left or right side of the room, which you don't want to be on because of those cone phases. You don't want to be too far because it'll be impossible to roll dodge out. But it's okay, I get resed. We keep going. You want to keep DPS on the boss as much as possible. You want to keep going to the next mechanic and you want to burn it as fast as possible. If you're too slow on the boss, it'll spew out poison cones from the dragon statue to the back like crazy, and it is unfortunate for the group. It becomes impossible to get out of them. As you can see, the guys are fucked up again, and the tank was unable to live through it. This is a Zahn mechanic. It's on a DPS, so I go in front of it because the tank is dead. DPS just stands around it, kites it. Good to go. We get res as fast as possible whenever we get a chance. Here's the first kite mechanic on me so you can see it from my point of view. Just kite around and then you get out of there because you don't want to be too far on one side for those cones to pop up. As you can see, it was on the right side, fortunately. Continue DPS on the boss. We're coming up on another cone phase. Get out of that poison. We do the cone phase and we just straight burn the boss because he's an execute. You want to kill him as fast as possible. We don't even worry about the ice atronach or the limited because the boss is so low in health. We just want to get it over with and kill him, which is what you should do. Burn the boss as fast as possible. Get it done with. This is a hard dungeon, or at least on hard mode. Hard mode is a pain in the butt. So I hope you guys get it. Thanks for watching.